ideology. Before the Games, in July, the committee and 16 women and some viewers follow the Holy Way. It's a big route that started in Mida, passed through lots of villages and ended in Olympia. In the middle of this route, there was a spring. It's a spring that the committee and 16 women have to purify themselves in order to God have favorable attitude to them. And today the spring is in MIOL. It's a small village near Prisons of about 200 people. And last year, this route is followed again by some archaeologists. And in the spring, there was a small fest. And this spring today hasn't water anymore, but there's a small monument there.
So, hello to everyone. My name is Vasia, and I participate in the Erasmus Plus project, which has as a subject mythology in our language. In other words, how mythology, how our language is affected from mythology, and words that we use in our daily language that are related with Greek mythology. So, I will talk to you about an ancient Greek myth. It's a small one. So, it's about the touch of King Midas. Midas was a king of great fortune who ruled the country of Phrygia in Asia Minor. He had everything a king could wish for. He lived in luxury in a great castle. He shared his life of abundance with his beautiful daughter. Even though he was very rich, Midas thought that his greatest happiness was provided by gold. His avarice was such that he used to spend his days counting his golden coins. Occasionally, he used to cover his body with gold objects as if he wanted to bathe in them. Money was his obsession. One day, Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, passed through the kingdom of Midas. One of his companions, a satyr named Silenus, got delayed along the way. Silenus got tired and decided to take a nap in the famous rose gardens surrounding the palace of King Midas. There he was found by the king, who recognized him instantly and invited him to spend a few days at his palace. After that, Midas took him to Dionysus. The god of celebration, very grateful to Midas for his kindness, promised Midas to satisfy any wish of him. Midas thought for a while, and then he said, "I hope that everything I touch becomes gold." Dionysus warned the king to think well about his wish, but Midas was positive. Dionysus could do nothing else and promised the king that from the following day, everything he touched will turn into gold. So, the next day, Midas woke up eager to see if his wish would become true. He extended his arm, touching a small table, like that immediately turned into gold. Midas jumped with happiness. He then touched a chair, the carpet, the door, his bathtub, a table, and so he kept on running in his madness all over his palace until he got exhausted and happy at the same time. He sat at the table to have breakfast and took a rose between his hands to smell its fragrance. When he touched it, the rose became gold. "I will have to absorb the fragrance without touching the roses, I suppose," he thought in disappointment. Without even thinking, he ate a grape, but it also turned into gold. The same happened with a slice of bread and a glass of water. Suddenly, he started to sense fear. Tears filled his eyes, and at the moment, his beloved daughter daughter entered the room. When Midas hugged her, she turned into a golden statue. Despaired and fearful, he raised his arms and prayed to Dionysus to take the scourge from him. So, the god heard Midas and felt sorry for him. He told Midas to go to river Pactolus and wash his hands. Midas did so. He ran to the river and was astonished to see gold flowing from his hands. The ancient Greeks said that had found gold on the banks of the river Pactolus. When he turned home, everything Midas had touched had become normal again. Midas hugged his daughter in full happiness and decided to share his great fortune with his people. From now on, Midas became a better person, generous and grateful for all goods of his life. His people led a prosperous life, and when he died, they all mourned for their beloved king. So, what did you learn from this story?
In which cases can we use the expression Midas touch today?
I don't know if they use Midas touch expression.
In English, we use it. We say that this person has the Midas touch. Why?
Because he's very lucky.
Because he has succeeded a lot, like Midas touched everything and became it.
What does this story teach to us today?
What's the moral? She's asking about the moral of the story.
In English,
Rich people should share the money with poor people because many families, for example in Spain, don't have a place to live or because they don't have money and also a job.
And that we shouldn't be so arrogant.
And that man is not happiness.
yeah.